Hi, it's me, Miss Genevieve, and I'm here to talk to you today about the present moment and joy. So, our affirmation is I choose to live joyfully in this moment and let go of all worries. Let's just do the first part. I choose to live joyfully in this moment. Why don't you take a breath with me and put your hand on your heart? Maybe even close your eyes if you want to. And let's say it together. I choose to live joyfully in this moment. You know, there's a lot of things that can remind us of joy. I want to show you something. This is something that brings me a lot of joy. When I was a little girl, this was on my grandmother's dresser, this lady, and I used to play with her a lot and spin her around. And if you look, she opens up and she has treasures inside. She just makes me smile. Is there anything in your life like this? It could be an object, it might even be a person, or an animal, or a place. Something that makes you smile. If there's something like that in your life, why don't you take someone you love there or show them that thing? It feels so good to share joy. I have a story today about sharing joy. And it is about a king named Solomon. The story is called The Gift of Solomon. To help me with my story, I have some figures that I'm borrowing from my kiddos. I'm going to put them down here so you can see them. Can you see? Okay. So we'll start our story. This is Frederick. Frederick never stayed in one place very long because whenever something bad happened, he picked up his pack and left. But before he went, he always grabbed a rock and added it to the pack. He traveled through the country of King Solomon, carrying his pack of stones and leading a mule loaded with another heavy pack. One day they were resting by a stream. One day they were resting by a stream. Frederick was unaware that the rider approaching was King Solomon, king of the land, so he didn't get up or do anything. King Solomon was known far and wide for his wisdom, and people also remarked on his ability to be calm under all circumstances. He never seemed to carry a grudge from the past, and he faced each day with fresh enthusiasm. On this day, King Solomon was enjoying a ride through the sunny countryside, and he stopped at the stream for a refreshing drink. Good day to you, sir. I'm sorry to intrude on this peaceful moment. I only want a drink. The king came over and drank from the clear stream. Frederick replied, Help yourself. The stream is here for all. It's peaceful, but the last time I stopped at a stream, it was far from peaceful. I'll tell you about it. Then Frederick opened up his pack and he pulled out a stone. He read from the stone. We were sitting by a lovely little stream when a young deer bounded out of the woods, and across the stream water splashed all over me and my lunch. Then a crow flew down from the sky and snatched my sandwich in his beak and flew away with it. I was very wet, angry, and hungry. You recorded your experience on that stone? The king inquired. Yes, I always do, Frederick replied. He pulled another stone out of the pack and read, Today my feet are cold and wet. It has rained all day and I'm tired. Oh, that was awful. My feet actually ache when I read that one. And another one. Here, a mean dog chased me and down the path and I was frightened. Whenever I read that one, I have bad dreams. Oh, and then the king said, what about the happy things that have happened on your journey? Oh, I carry those too. Here we go. A kind woman fed us a delicious supper. Oh, I compare every meal I have to that one. It was so good. King Solomon looked at Frederick with kind eyes and said, "There are many stones here. It must be a heavy load." Frederick sighed and nodded his head. Yeah, I've thought about writing them on paper, but stones can't be burned or blown away on the wind. King Solomon considered all the experiences he had as king and the load he would have to carry if he put them in stone. He wanted to help Frederick, so he made a proposal. "My young friend, I will lighten your load, and I promise you a great gift if you agree to meet me here again in 3 months' time. I offer you this gold ring in exchange for your packs and your mule. Just look at the ring each time you feel a need to carry another stone." The king offered his large gold ring and took the reins of the mule from Frederick. When Frederick saw the royal crest on the ring, he realized this was King Solomon and he knew he could trust him. So Frederick agreed to the intriguing proposal. As the king took the heavy load, Frederick felt empty and scared. Uh-oh. He had the urge to pick up another rock, but then he looked down at the ring and there was writing on it he hadn't noticed before. The words were, "This too shall pass." Frederick traveled the countryside for 3 months and had many experiences. He twisted his ankle and couldn't walk for a few days. When he pulled out the ring and read, "This too shall pass," he rested and he knew the ankle would heal. He sat on a hilltop and wished the glorious sunset would last forever. But he read the ring and knew he could not make it last by wishing. He was able to travel far and wide without his heavy stones. But he found his way back to the stream when 3 months were gone by. King Solomon was already there, waiting for him. Frederick bowed and offered the ring back to the king. "Thank you, sir, for the ring and the wisdom it offered. I have no desire to take back the stones I gave you. I feel free without the burdens from the past, but I'm still puzzled. When I'm in pain, the thought that this too shall pass makes my heart glad. But when I'm happy, the thought this too shall pass makes my heart sad. Must I always be changing from one to the other like a yo-yo on a string that never stops?" The king replied, "Ah, you are ready for the gift." He took a coin from his pouch and he handed it to Frederick. Frederick looked closely at the shiny coin. It was very old and worn and smooth from years of rubbing between royal fingers. It also had some writing on it. He had to look carefully to read the words. "I have only this moment and the choice of how to use it." Frederick felt the warm sun on his back and heard the happy music of the stream as he bowed and chose to fill the moment with gratitude to the wise king. "I have only this moment," the coin said. "I have only this moment and choose to fill it however I like," right? The choice of how to use the moment. Only this moment and the choice of how to use it. Do you think if you were Frederick in this story, you would have taken the king's ring in exchange for all your stones? I don't know. It would have been pretty hard to give up all those stones that you'd worked so hard carrying around. And then, how do you think Frederick's life was changed after he took the ring? Do you think that this meeting and the ring he got and the coin he got maybe made his life feel lighter or more free? Do you ever have worries or thoughts of the past? I know I do. I think we all do sometimes. I know your parents must, and your grandparents, those people taking care of you. We all have worries sometimes. But if we notice that really all we have is this present moment, then maybe we can let those worries go. We can choose to put our focus on what we have, on what we're grateful for, this present moment. It's really all we got. I have an activity you guys can do. One more thing to show you. Thanks for bearing with all my props today. Do you know what this is? It's a paintbrush. So I bet if you ask your parents or your grandparents or whoever's in the house with you, you could find one of these. And I bet they would let you play with it if you were really good. So here's what I think we can do with it. What if we pretend, just make believe, that our paintbrush is magic and we can paint rainbows? So I could fill my paintbrush with rainbows of any color and then paint a rainbow right down my face. Can you see it? The amazing thing about rainbows is that they do remind us to be in the present moment. They don't last very long, do they? But when they're here, they're really beautiful and they're completely unique. There's no two rainbows that are exactly the same. And when you're looking at a rainbow, you can just sit and enjoy the present moment. So that's why we can use our rainbow paintbrush to paint all kinds of things in our house with rainbows. Watch. I'm going to take some green from the tree, a little bit of blue and orange, a little bit of red from my lips. Let's see, what other colors do I need? Oh, this dark blue purpley color. Oh, I'll need some yellow. And here we go, rainbow time. I can paint rainbows. It also feels really good on your skin. Or see this boring old clock? Now it's a rainbow clock. I'm going to paint it all rainbow. Let's see, I think I need more red. Grab some red from this, and I'm gonna paint this bottle of lotion rainbow. Can you imagine it? I wonder if by painting the bottle rainbow, I made rainbow lotion. Yay, rainbows everywhere! That's a fun game you can play in your house by yourself. You can just wander around and paint things. And when you do it, remember that affirmation for today, okay? Maybe even say it as you're painting stuff. Say it with me one more time. I choose to live joyfully in this moment and to let go of all worries. I see my rainbow glasses. I choose to live joyfully in this moment and to let go of all worries. Hope you have a blessed week, and thank you for spending this little time with me. If you found something that brought you joy, you could also tell us in the comments or let us know. I'd love to hear about it, and share it with someone you love. Okay, bye.